Hello, fine spring evening this time, and we're going to have a wee look at something which can be a bit of a conundrum. Uh, yeah, negatively earthed or negatively switched vehicles installing spotlights. Right, most cars positively switched, i.e. when you switch the switch on, what you're doing is supplying power to whatever accessory or lamp that you're trying to get to work. Negatively earthed or negatively switched vehicles work differently. What you're actually doing is the switch is on the negative side, and the switch then interrupts the earthing of the lamp or whatever the case may be in order to complete the circuit and make the light come on. So if you've got a negatively earthed or negatively switched vehicle, this happens to be a Vauxhall Agila, Suzuki R under a different badge, and there's obviously a plethora of other vehicles on the road of a similar nature. Whenever you put your tester onto your lamp or your light, etc., you'll find virtually everything is live because the power is already supplied to the item in question. Whenever you test it, you're earthing it and you're getting a circuit completed. So how do you wire in a negatively switched relay in order to power your lights? Okay, now this is how I got it to work for an ordinary H4 headlamp, dip and high beam halogen lamp. Okay, now the best way I could think of explaining this was to sort of demonstrate it. This is the relay in question, and what it's doing just very quickly is it's taking the negative signal wire from the headlight, relaying it through a switch as usual, and then bringing in the high powered circuit from the battery and sticking the power down to the lamps. So let's pretend these are our terminals. We've got terminal 30, 85, 86 and 87. Now terminal 30. Battery via fuse. Do it at whatever stage you want, but make sure it stays on powered until the job's done. Just keep the power off as far as your lamps are concerned. All right. Now, my rights and lefts are taken as if you're looking from the front of the vehicle. Okay. So we've got our lamp, and the two terminals we're interested in are the two outside terminals. The left-hand terminal from the front, the right-hand terminal from the front. In no particular order, take the right-hand terminal and attach it to terminal 86 on your relay. So right-hand terminal from your H4 lamp, terminal 86. Terminal 85 from the left hand terminal on your lamp. Now obviously you'll take this, you'll leech this off the leads going up in, but it's just for the purposes of showing you the connection. I'm doing it like this. So 85, left hand terminal of the lamp, and consequently we have terminal 85, left hand side. Leaves 87. So 87, the only bit we haven't connected now, spots via the switch. So you're going to take 87, you're going to run it to your internal switch, bearing in mind that to mount spotlights on the front of a vehicle, you must be able to isolate them in order to comply with the law. So from 87 into the switch, back out again, down onto your spots. That is it. And now I'm just going to demonstrate the functionality. Now, so the isolator switch for the spotlights is currently switched off. So if we go side lights, headlights, beam, no spots. Beam off, headlights off, side lights off. And now we'll switch on the spotlights, side light, headlight, beam and spots. So obviously if we leave those on and hit the isolator switch, then we'll see them going off. So isolating now, power on now. Okay, and that is it. And then obviously, if you leave the power on to them and you use your flash, your facility, simply to warn other road users of your presence, then you'll get your spots coming on at the same time. Right, so for the purposes of completeness, there is the isolator switch, and if I activate the flash, you'll see the indicator coming on showing that the spots are indeed powering up and on. And if I just switch it off, flashing the lights, no indicator. And that lamp there, that wee switch also illuminates you via the side lights switch. And the only tip I would say to you there is when you are putting that in, make sure that the power or the signal from the relay and going to the headlights, it comes in on the right side of the switch. Again, bearing in mind it's negative earth. If you bring it on the wrong side, the illuminator in the switch will actually light up because you're already picking power up even though the lamps are on. So just a wee thing to be careful about there when you're doing that. But there we go.